Hey guys, what is up? What's going on out there today? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 Around 7. As a good doctor said in an email recently, and the lovely my Ichikawa-Abel said this morning, it's 7 o'clock somewhere. So it looks like 7 a.m. Central. And the reason we're going a little bit early today is I got a match at not till 11, but I'm the designated driver for three of the fellas here here at the tournament. And let's see, who is it? Oh, Dave. Severson's got a match at 10, so he wants to get over there. Anyway, so we're going early. First match for me today in both singles and doubles. The doubles match is it's really rough. How these guys did not get seeded, I don't know. Bruce Barrett, who won the 70 World Individual Doubles back in 2018. John Mayotte, who I lost to in singles 5 years ago at the indoors. This is a rough team, man, to start with. First match, I don't know. We'll see. Just got to give it a go. But that's later this afternoon. But I got a singles match this morning at 11 and unknown opponent, so we shall see. Guys, hope you're having a great day wherever you are. As you either listen in live or catch the replay later on. What have I got for you today? We're going to talk about the tennis brain box, number 3, the serve toss mind games that we play. And look, I'll give you a couple examples of what I go through sometimes and what I try to do instead that that kind of helps the possible disaster that we don't want, especially on a second serve. Before we get into that, guys, listen, down below in the description area, there's a link to webtennisgear.com. And if you've not already done so, go on over there, pick up a t-shirt or two or a water bottle, and it's the Web Tennis on YouTube logo. Would love for your support. A great way to show your love and support for web tennis and especially 7 Around 7. And when you do, I'm going to give you one of my $97 stroke technique courses. You get to choose. I think it's 1 of 7, maybe it's 1 of 9 courses. I can't remember the exact number. But you get to choose which one, is the one that would be really good for you, maybe to solve a problem or two on whatever that stroke is that you're working on. So right down below, and I'm going to give that to you. It's a $97 course. It's my way of saying thanks. I'm giving it to you for free. Down below, webtennisgear.com. Greatly appreciate it. So look, guys, let's talk about the serve toss. And look, there's some great technique that I got from Mr. Stowe about the tossing motion that really helped me change the quality of two things. Number one, of consistently putting the toss where I want it, but number two, consistently putting me into the ideal swing setup position. And you can end up tossing and getting the ball eventually in the spot that you want. But if you don't finish the tossing motion properly, you never get into a really good swing setup position. But look, here's the reality, is that the tossing motion takes, 2 seconds, right? That once you start and some players just start with the hands here, and elbows bent, great, and they kind of go down, they go back up. And to the finish, let's say all that takes 2 seconds. Well, in those 2 seconds, there are so many competing thoughts going on. You can start off by having a great intention in terms of a target, a spot over there in the service box, or a spot above the top of the net that equates to that spot over there in the service box in terms of in terms of a target. But number two, in terms of spin, are you going to play serve and volley? Are you going to play serve and stay back? I mean, there's a lot of things that you need to consider before you start your tossing motion, right? In terms of how do you want to start this point, which is one of the big things in that 4-part between points routine that I talk about forever. If you're not managing that between points routine, trouble. So one of the parts for me, the third part of that between points routine, is how do I want to start this point? Not how I'm going to end it, not what the result is going to be, But how do I want to start it? And for me, it's a target, and it's a type of serve. Could be a heavy spin, could be a medium spin, could be a slice, whatever. But as I walk up to the service line, I'm thinking about how do I want to start? How do I want to start this point? Well, look, and this has happened to me before, and it still happens from time to time. I'll be the first to admit it. But once I start the service motion, and maybe you do as well, as you start to, as you start to raise your arm up to place the ball where you want it, lots of times when you're thinking, you know what, I'm gonna spin this out wide to the yad court, try to bounce it up to the guy's backhand, and the next thing you know is, no, man, let's go tee. Boom, you go tee, and you hit it somewhere else, but it's a fault, right? And so, some of the other competing thoughts that we get in there too is maybe it's a second serve and it's a big point. It's 40-30. It's 4-2 in the first set, 40-30, and you're realizing, man, if we hold serve, we got a little cushion here, right? And yet, as you start to toss, there's a voice that goes, God, man, don't miss this. I want to fall, and you come off of it, and the thing goes out of the net, double fault. Confidence just takes a major hit. So, recommendation is practice. Sounded like Allen Iverson on that. Come on, man, it's just practice. We're not talking about the game. We're talking about practice. Anyway, but I want you to get out there, and if you're playing a match before you get a chance to practice this stuff, then in your match warm-up when you're hitting some serves, some practice serves, I want you to have an intention in terms of a target and the type of serve that you're going to hit with your practice serve. And I want you to make sure that you discipline yourself to just stick with it. Just stick with it and don't doubt it. Have total confidence in it. Not a guarantee, of course not, but it's a better way of having some confidence as you play that serve that you've decided is your serve choice, rather than going through that, hey man, I hope I don't miss it. Hey man, you better, no, let's not go out wide. Let's go tee you. Let's do something else. Because all of that, even if you make it, even if you're going through the tossing motion and all of a sudden now you actually change your mind as to your serve choice and you go somewhere else and you make it, still your confidence is still taking a little bit of it's a doubt, right? You're kind of creating doubt. So don't want to do that. So just discipline yourself to stick with whatever your serve choice is, and just stick with it. And I think what you'll find is that you'll hit a higher quality serve more often than not, and your confidence stays at a good level. And look, here's the other reality: is if you miss your first serve, even if you've committed to your serve choice, there's those few seconds right before you play your second serve, which is a huge opportunity to have some really negative thinking going on. And for me, I've just kind of learned over the years and the decades is to look at the second serve as a big time positive opportunity. And I'm always thinking, obviously, a higher trajectory, more of a rainbow type of thing. And I'm looking at the physics of, if I can get it up there and drop it down, it's going to have a bounce. It might not be a heavy kick, but it might be, at least a high bounce, which for me is good enough, right? So there's a lot of interesting mind games that we can possibly play in our tossing motion, and we got to totally eliminate the possibility of all those other thoughts, other than just focusing on your target. Don't need to think about swing technique. All I think about is height over the top of the net. I've picked out my target over there, right? And now it's all about, well, how high do I want this serve to go over the top of the net? And I trust that all the practice serves I've hit in my life, all of the match play serves I've hit in my life, what is that? Hundreds upon thousands, if not more. I don't know. But whatever the number is, our subconscious knows what to do based on the target that we've decided that we want to play our serve to. And I think that when we go through the tossing motion, having already committed to a target and we change it, I don't think our subconscious knows what to do technique-wise. Ouch. Think about that for a second. So stick with your initial serve choice. Just totally 100% commit to it. Focus on the target and allow your subconscious to technically manufacture it on its own. Stay out of the way, and I think you'll be good. So, guys, that's it. Look, I want to hear from you. What's on your mind with today's topic? Down below, you can leave me a comment or a question, remark in the comments area, or you can keep it private and just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. And as always, I promise to keep your email questions, comments private, just between the two of us. So there you go. Guys, again, down below, would love you to show your love and support for 7 Around 7. There's a link that will take you to webtennisgear.com. Go on over there. Pick up a t-shirt or two. And when you do, you're going to be able to choose one of my, I think it's 7. I keep thinking 7, but I think it's 9 different stroke technique courses. They're normally $97. I'm going to give it to you for free as a gift, as a way of saying thanks for your love and support of 7 Around 7 and Web Tennis. Down below in the description area, webtennisgear.com. All right, guys, it's time. We got to get out there today. Help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.